Oscar nominations are in. Denis got snubbed like we thought he would. Tons of nominations for Emilia Pérez. But Dune did get nominated for Best Picture. Now, could this be one of the rare occasions where, and it's happened before, where the movie wins even though the director was not nominated? I don't know. We'll have to discuss. Speaking of Oscar nominations, Oscar wins. Christopher Nolan, no stranger to that. Let's look at Oppenheimer. Well, he is arguably one of the best directors working today. And Nolan has The Odyssey coming out and just cast John Bernthal. And so the debate then starts. Is this going to be Nolan's biggest movie? I think that'll happen every time he puts out a movie. People will be saying, is this going to be the biggest one yet? Because it's just more and more anticipated every time he puts one out. There's some other stuff going out there for sure. There's other things we'll discuss. White Lotus got picked up for season 4. Maybe that means I should watch seasons 1 through 3. There was another story that dropped. Where was it? The one that I thought was pretty damn interesting that I want to discuss. Where did it go? I don't know. But somebody said that apparently the budget for Captain America Brave New World is $180 million. I say I don't buy it. That's it. Oh, the Batgirl story. That's the one I was going to talk about. Apparently it was completely finished prior to being unscrapped. So between that and more, it's me and Steph on the show today. So subscribe, comment. Let's get to it, everybody. It is the Christian Harlow Show with myself and Steph Sabra. You ready? Cool. Me too.
Mustard?
Yeah, mustard. Hell yeah. Hey, there she is.
Hi.
What's up, construction lady? How you doing?
Yeah, there's a lot of serious work being done, and
like
yeah, I hope you guys. I don't hear it right now, so maybe
don't hear
it's chilled out.
I was like, I'm just contemplating because I'm assuming because I know you're busy, and I know how much you love frustrated Mike Kalinowski.
Yes.
We might have had an all-time moment on Tuesday.
Damn.
I think that's one of the reasons. So Roxy and Mike right now, Mike again abandoned us on this show and went and got 106 questions on Tuesday.
Damn.
Yeah, bastard. But
just for being like angry.
Can I? So I just clipped it out because I'm going to put it up on the channel by itself. It's that good.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm so curious. You know what I should do? I might just for the audience that didn't live it or maybe want to relive it again, and I want to get your reaction on it. So I'm gonna put it up here today. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna put you to the side, and I'm gonna move myself out of the way, and so I'll just have you react to this. Okay?
Okay.
This is something, Mike, that I'm sure you're A, not surprised to hear, B, very surprised to hear. What does your BlackBerry have to say about that?
I'm not surprised to hear it because, like, I could totally see that happening. I mean, how many times, like that one scene, he's hanging on top of the plane, talking to the camera, like, we'll see you in the movies. And
how many gigs do you have on your?
Like, your computer's so stinking cute.
He doesn't even. He has no clue because it takes about 20 seconds for it to catch up.
He has no idea.
So you're pretty crystal clear right now, Roxy.
Good.
Yeah, but
good on the day that I sprouted pimples.
It doesn't work right now.
Oh, poor guy.
So,
we missed 90% of what you said.
Yeah,
but I got the energy from you.
Yeah. Someone said, "Is Mike on Wi-Fi and not on hardwired?" Hardwired.
I am, because that's why my MacBook Air, they don't have the fucking plug to put your landline into because it's Apple and everything's got to be fucking different.
Do you have fast service? You need an upgrade?
Plug a landline into my MacBook Air. What else? Life doesn't. Life's like.
Hold on. This is.
I think this is maybe why Mike's therapist didn't.
No,
check
look, Roxy, look at that. What is he on Windows 98? Now he's clear.
No.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to plug into my?
Oh no!
I love when you get.
I can't hear you.
No one knows. No one on this earth knows what you're saying.
when he gets real angry, though, it gets even worse.
He's like,
let me ask you this, Roxy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Roxy?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Are you on a laptop right now?
Did he ask if I was on a laptop?
Yes.
Yes.
How are you plugged into a landline?
It's an attachment. I heard that.
It's so bad.
He asked me if I was plugged into.
He tried so hard, and I give him so much credit because he texted me the other day. He's like, "I'm going to try to get it working and get it going. I'm going to work on my desktop." And I was like, "Good." And he plugged it in. I was like, "Oh my god, it looks good." And then the internet said, "Fuck you, Mike."
Mike, if you can hear me, you look clearer, so I think you can. I have internet issues all the time. I'm the you of like my so I feel you. It's so frustrating.
The problem is, can you hear me? Am I okay right now?
Yes.
No? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So usually I use my desktop and I can plug my landline into that. But the camera's not the best because the computer support you.
It's on a delay, which is even better. It's like it freezes, like Max Headroom. It just freezes. You try.
Oh my god, he's actually having a pretty good attitude.
You're back. You're back.
I hate this. I fucking hate this. I hate this.
I feel for you.
Yeah, me too.
I've gone through my fits when it's been muted for capes and cows. I've gotten mad, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels good when it's happening to someone.
Oh, it's the best when it's happening to somebody else, but when it's you. There was one time for World Girls where my internet had been like on and off for so much. And Drina and Steph were like joshing with me and giving me a difficult time. I did not think it was funny. I was up to fucking here. And then my AC kicked on, and they're like, "Oh, we can't hear you over the AC." And I was like, "Do you want me to just fucking turn off the AC? Do you want me to stop the AC?" Just like flipped out loud.
Yeah.
It's just the worst. It's the worst.
It is the worst. It is worse.
You become the villain.
It's just in this day and age.
Oh my god, that was the best.
In this day and age.
He's trying so hard.
Oh my god,
over here.
sending a message from the past.
The internet's not letting him do it.
What happens in this day and age, Mikey? What happens?
Mike is officially.
Oh no!
He's TikTok. How great is that?
Oh my god,
Isn't that
was
the best?
So bad. The ending really.
Ending is the best.
That was the high note.
The internet just kept getting mad at him. It just kept getting mad. It was so funny. So many people thought that was the actual full, that everybody was on the show right now. It's a clip from Tuesday, and I'm going to put that clip up. But nonetheless, Roxy and Mike at the moment, 106. And Steph, you got to get back into the golden age. I mean, you were whooping up on people for a bit.
What's happening?
Right now, you got 9. But that's not bad. Yesterday, look, Clark Wolf went into yesterday's with 20, and she wound up, I think, like 60 or something like that. But they had like 30 or 40 going into the question round. So people want to help Steph win this week. You gotta start asking some questions. But
Definitely.
we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
You see the Oscar nominations?
Yes.
Yeah, same. Yeah. It's pretty much predictable. Same stuff that happened at the Golden Globes happening here. The 2025 Oscar nominations. The nominations have been announced this morning by host Rachel Sennott and Bowen Yang. Emilia Pérez led the pack with 13, followed by The Brutalist and Wicked with 10 nominations each. Then Conclave with 9, Complete Unknown scored 8, Anora, Emilia Pérez landed 6, Dune Part 2, and The Substance snagged 5. Snubwise, Denzel Washington missed out for Gladiator 2, which also got 1 nomination for its costumes. No love for Denis in directing or writing Dune Part 2, and films like Challengers, Hard Truths, Blitz, I Saw the TV Glow, Furiosa, We Live in Time, Civil War, Juror Number 2, and Baby Girl were shut out entirely. Surprised about Challengers. Very surprised about Challengers. Welcome surprises for the 2025 Oscar nominations included Coralie Farge, or however you say that, landing a director nom for The Substance, while The Apprentice, Flow, and I'm Still Here fared stronger than expected. This year's picture list includes only 2 films that earned over $100 million each at the box office. Big shocker. Here's the full list of nominees that only a few people who follow movie channels have seen. Best Picture: Anora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Pérez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Okay. The winner will be, even with the controversy, will be The Brutalist. Best Director, Jacques Audiard, Emilia Pérez, Sean Baker for Anora, Edward Berger, Conclave, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist. Who will win? Coralie Farget for The Substance, and James Mangold for Complete Unknown. Best Actor, Adrian Brody, The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. That's pretty big. That is a surprise. Best Actress, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Karla Sofía Gascón, Emilia Pérez, Mikey Madison, Anora, Demi Moore, The Substance, she'll win. Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. Best Supporting Actress, Monica Barbaro, Complete Unknown. Glad she got nominated. She was fantastic as Joan Baez. Ariana Grande from Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, and Zoe Saldana, Emilia Pérez. She'll win. Best Supporting Actor, Yura Borisov, Anora, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, he'll win. Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce, The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Best Animated Feature, Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. Wild Robot should win. It'll go to something that no one's ever seen. Best International Feature, Emilia Pérez, Flow, The Girl with the Needle, I'm Still Here, Seed of the Sacred Fig. Haven't seen a lot of those, so I can't call it. Best Documentary Feature, Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, soundtrack to A Coup d'Iat, and Sugarcane. Okay. Best Adapted Screenplay, Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing. Best Original Screenplay, Anora, Brutalist, Real Pain, September 5th, The Substance. And what else? Best Cinematography, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Pérez, Maria, Nosferatu. That's a tough one. You can go with either, I don't know why Conclave isn't in there. That would have been my pick, but I would say Dune Part 2 out of those. Nosferatu probably second, but The Brutalist will get it because that's the only two movies that have a chance of winning anything are The Brutalist and Emilia Pérez, because that's what the Academy and all the other people have decided this year. Best Film Editing, Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, Wicked. Best Production Design, The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, Wicked. Best Score, Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Pérez, Wicked, Wild Robot, and the list goes on and on. It's the same people that you think. So this is, I hear all these nominations, and I got to tell you stuff. And to be fair, the two favorites right now, I haven't seen, and I'm gonna watch them and see. You know, I'd like to speak.
Seen Emilia Pérez yet?
No, or Brutalist, and I need to see both of them because. Yeah, go ahead.
Emilia Pérez is on Netflix, so that should be easier. The
I can
Brutalist.
see both of them. I have the app.
Oh,
I have the Critics' Choice thing. So
it's not nice.
No, it's not nice. And I need to watch it, but the problem is it's like 17 hours long, so I just don't have.
Right.
Yeah,
your whole day is booked.
The problem is also, for some reason, this stupid app on my television downstairs, certain movies don't have sound, but upstairs they have sound, and I've got to go upstairs in my room and watch it, and then it's like, oh, then my wife wants to go to sleep, and I've watched 15 minutes of a 40-hour movie, and I won't even be able to get to see it. So it's been a struggle to watch it at all, but I want to see both of them because I want to be more educated on what I'm saying, but I just feel like it's like people have decided already between these two movies what's going to win, and it's like, I hate award shows. I hate them because it's just like it doesn't represent the full movie audience. It doesn't. It represents such a small. It used to. Like you go back and you look at like I'm gonna bring up a year. I'm gonna bring up 1992. And I don't know why I thought of that, but I'm gonna 1992 Oscar nominations and see if you've heard of these movies. Okay, for Best Picture. Let's see, Best Picture. Let's go Best Picture nomination, and we'll see if you've heard of these. Okay, where the hell is it? Best Picture. Come on, Best Picture. Show some skills. Who was nominated for Best Picture? Okay, so it was for Best. That's 1982. You fucks. I'm looking for 1992. Where is it? 19.
Show some AI generating skills.
I know, for real. 1992 Oscar nominations. Best. Okay, so tell me if you've heard of these movies. Okay. Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
JFK.
Yes.
Bugsy.
No.
Okay. And Prince of Tides.
Yes. Yeah. I hear you. I am so with you. I actually think the best picture noms were the least confusing to me, as they're always pretty confusing, just because it feels like we set in stone what the movies were going to be. And it didn't, and they did include all of the ones that
People
like,
saw in the theaters. People
yes,
understood, knew what they were.
yes,
Do you see that one that Stephanie just posted? Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption.
right.
It's also because, to be completely fair, there are so many different ways to watch movies now than there were back in 1994 or whatever. It was just movies come out in the theater. That's it. The smaller films weren't even really considered. But a smaller film was Pulp Fiction. Like, that was a smaller film. Like, these other films, no one who they want to watch these awards are going to know these movies. No one who turns in. People are going to go, like, again, I always call my friend John Pinto, who never picks up the phone. He's never heard of half of these, 80% of these movies. I hate these award shows. I hate them. And I'm not taking away from the movies themselves. They're really good movies, but it's not, if they want people to actually, if they want it to go back to what it used to be, a celebration of movies that everyone would see and include everybody, it's just so stupid. It's like, they've already decided who it's going to be. It's going to be either the Brutalist or Emilia Perez. It's like,
The Emilia Perez discourse is fascinating to me because I really enjoyed this movie. I think the performances, specifically with like Karla and Zoe, I'm like, I understand if those people, if they win. I liked Selena Gomez's performance too. I just think those two were the bigger stars of that specific film. But the Latino community and the trans community are seeming to not like this movie at all. And that's interesting that it's like taken the award season by storm.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say I didn't see it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I liked it a lot, but I definitely could understand the discourse that's going on with it.
But discourse shouldn't necessarily mean, because even if
that it's not the best made film,
right? Because look, the difference.
You were talking about popularity. That's why.
And the difference with look, Emilia Perez. The argument against my thing, right, is that this is on Netflix. Millions of people have Netflix. Millions more people have access to that than The Brutalist, right? So I still don't necessarily think that if you brought up to I'm just saying that if I walked up to someone on the street right now and I said, hey, in 1994, and if I walked up to those people and I said, hey, have you heard of these movies? Pulp Fiction, even if they didn't see it, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank, they would be like, yeah, I heard of those movies. I want to see this. If I walked up to somebody today in the street and mentioned those movies, they'd have no idea what the hell I was talking about, minus Wicked, Dune 2. And it's like, these aren't for the everyday person. This is it went from being for everybody to just the film industry. And you can't bitch about it. Why is no one watching our show? Because you don't make it accessible to the average person watching it. What the hell is this? And then it's also movies that it's not for everybody. I hate the way that it's gone down because it's so predictable. Like I said, if Emilia Perez or The Brutalist don't win Best Picture,
it'll be shocking.
I mean, I would take any bet that one of those two, if Dune 2 wins, not only would I be thrilled and say, okay, maybe, okay, look, we're actually not just being,
yeah, okay, look at me. I can't do big budget movies, science fiction. No.
I mean, how does Denis not get nominated? How stupid is that?
The best director, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just want to hear someone who was like I want to hear multiple people be like why they wouldn't be nominated.
How do you how do you justify? Look, I'm going to go back up to Best Director, okay?
Yes.
And I'm going to go back up and see for the ones that I did see Best Director. Okay, Emilia Perez. The reason why, because it's getting all the buzz and everything else too. From what I can't speak on it as much.
You'll understand when you see it why he accomplished a lot.
Okay, do you think that you would have put him over Denis?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Sean Baker does a very good job at Anora. I liked Anora a lot. I would not put him over Denis. That's crazy. Conclave, Edward Berger does a great job. I can see why inside the conversation. From everything I hear about the Brutalist and how epic it was, I can understand why he's in there. I understand the Substance nomination for sure.
I do
look,
too.
this is going to be the one that is so hard for me to say because A Complete Unknown was my number 2 movie, I think, of the year. It's my number 2. Number 1 was Dune. I would, as much as I love James Mangold, I think Denis did more as a director. So there's 2 in there for sure that I would say see you later. And then I think it's crazy that he didn't get nominated. It's crazy, and there's no way that movie wins. It's like Top Gun. There's no way it's gonna win.
Right. I think it's crazy that it didn't get nominated. I think it's even, Wicked was my number 1, but I think it's crazier that Denis didn't get nominated over John M. Chu, who
Right.
I also think
he didn't
should
get
have been
nominated either.
No.
Holy shit. That's
It's
crazy.
like, what?
That's crazy.
I thought for sure
That's
when I
crazy.
saw Golden Globes nominations, I was like, the Oscars, I feel like won't do it because this is doesn't make sense. But then they did. That's how they voted.
Someone said that list is wrong and that the Conclave director is not up for Best Director.
Yeah, I liked the Conclave, but the amount of buzz it's getting is interesting to me. I thought it was really good, but I didn't think it was like mind blowing.
Let me bring up the list again and see if maybe Dark Horizons got it wrong. Let me bring it up and see if there's a different list. And I will bring it up and see because thank you, chat. Let's see. This is from NPR. They'll probably have it right. Gotta go down. Best Picture, okay. Best Actor, Actress, Animated Feature, and Achievement in Cinematography. Directing. No, that was wrong. Okay. So it was wrong. Okay, Anora, which we said, Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Emilia Pérez, and Substance. So what did they add an extra one in that other list?
Yeah, so just had the Conclave, which was a surprise to me.
So it's only 5.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess I said
everything's
6.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still, I would still say, okay, so is Mangold? Yeah, Mangold's in there. I love Mangold. I would take him out over either Denis or John M. Chu, to be honest with you. And I would take Sean Baker out. Liked Lenore a lot, but out of those, I mean, if you're asking me out of those,
right?
3, yeah, it's like Denis. Sorry, Sean Baker, you're a good director, but you did not do a better job than Denis, and you didn't do a better job than John M. Chu. Like that, it's because it's like the little guy thing. That's what they do with the Oscars now. And the Oscars, all the Oscars have become now is let's do a good PR campaign so my client can get recognized and then I can get them bigger jobs. That's all it is. It's a joke.
Right.
It's a joke. And the Oscars I think they're worthless. They're worthless.
The one, since you watched Conclave, the thing that really surprised me, unless I don't know, snoozed off during a moment, but Best Supporting Actress, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, she's hardly in it.
I know,
She has like 2 lines, like so much so that I said, "Oh, the first half there was no woman, then she comes and then she says 2 lines."
Yeah,
so
hardly in it.
And she was great, but it was 2 lines.
Yeah, and hardly in it. I would have put Margaret Qualley in there for Substance.
Totally.
Wait, it's I don't understand how it works, and it's stupid. It's like it really is. I'm just like what I do now for all these award shows. Although I'll tell you, I watch Golden Globes more, but that was because of Nikki Glaser. She kept me around because she was so good. I will most likely, because who's hosting this year?
Conan, right?
Conan. Yes, I'll watch his opening
But
monologue.
they're not doing musical performances because of the fires, which is I totally understand, but it's such a bummer, especially the year that Wicked's out.
Yes. So
and A Complete Unknown.
But wait a minute. So
and Emilia Pérez.
Wait. Why? I understand if they would have canceled the show in general, I would have understood. But what's the difference between presenting awards for acting and directing and everything else for movies and musical performances. What
I
was the
think
reasoning
it's
behind it?
I need to see if there was more reasoning. I didn't see one, but I'm guessing it's because of maybe the availability of certain people
Okay, well that's
and the
that's
rehearsals, you know.
sure, that's a different story. I can understand that. I thought it was
Mhm.
because they're trying to be like, say, well, we want to be, we don't think it's the right time, so we'll need this a fucking award show for nonsense.
Oh, that would be bizarre. No, I don't think
Yeah.
that's the reason.
So it was maybe not enough time to do it. I understand.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Either way, yeah, I'm gonna do what I always do now. What I've been doing for the last couple of years. I'm gonna fast forward through and just like, okay, here we go. Who won? Expected. Rewind. Oh, your speech is boring. You think you know your speech sucks. You're bringing stuff into this that shouldn't be brought into this. Next, who's there? Okay, you were funny. I'll stay on you for a little bit. Okay. Oh, good. I watched it in about 32 minutes. Because I'm just gonna.
Speed 2x. You're so right though. Also about best animated feature, it's like rare occasion that an animated feature wins that even like 30,000 people have seen. I feel like
for the last couple of years it seems that way, and it's like, well, we don't want to give it to the big budget one. It's got to be the little one that no one saw, and it's like, I don't care how good it was. No one saw it. No one knows what it is. What is that movie?
I started Flow. I haven't finished it. I didn't know it was a silent film.
Right. It's like,
I know, people that's just not my thing. So I was
it's a Wild Robot. It's a DreamWorks movie.
Right.
It was a big budget movie. We can't. We got to vote. We have to vote on the little one that no one really even knew about, because now that person can get jobs. Like, what are we really doing? Are we giving the best? Are we giving the best movie, or the one that you want to give the little guy the win because you want that person to give him a recognition? You're not really. What are you really? Are you really voting for what it is? The Oscars is terrible. It's terrible. That's why I still say that the Critics' Choice still is the best one, hands down. But
yeah, it's not a silent film. Is the first 20 minutes silent? I'm seeing the comments.
I don't know.
I felt like the first 20 minutes there was I mean, there's music.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
12 people are going to watch the Oscars this year. It's on streaming, I think, right? Finally, they smartened up and put it on streaming.
Is it? Let me see. They should.
I thought that they said they were going to do streaming, but I'm not sure. Either way, Dune 2 doesn't have a shot now in winning. I would be so surprised. I will never complain about the Oscars again if Dune 2 wins. How about that? If Dune 2 wins and people actually had the balls to vote for it because it was a science fiction epic movie, but it's just too telling that if Denis got nominated, I would have said to you, he's got a shot. It's got a shot.
Yeah.
If it was not, but the fact that he didn't, they're just like, all right, you know what?
I know.
Yeah, like we'll throw him a bone.
Right. Yeah, because I don't think Dune would win without I don't know. I mean, it's happened, but I just don't think so without the director being nominated.
What an idiot. Sorry, the latest 200 million made for 12-year-olds doesn't pull in the same ratio. No, you don't understand anything that we said here. Yeah, okay. I stop this. Time out. Go away. You gotta learn how to talk. As far as it has nothing to do with it. As far as it's about recognition. Who you're making the movies for, in general. Put a $40 million movie out, like Seven. Guess what? Smart guy. Pulp Fiction didn't cost $200 million. It cost like $6 million. I'm talking about recognition for people who you're making movies for, in general. The general public or 6 people that watch inside the business. So be smart before you type, because I'm not in the mood today. I didn't ban you from the channel, but I put you in timeout. Be smart. Don't just fart into a bottle and then release it into the air.
But why not?
Well, because I don't like that guy. That's why. Anyway, so I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like it's like, let's hear from the smart people and not people like that. What do you guys think in general? Do you agree, disagree? If you do disagree, put your thoughts in there as if you were, actually speaking to someone face to face and having a conversation, and not just being brave because you're typing. What would you actually? What do you think? Do you think that this is true, false? Do you like the way the Oscars are handled? Do you think there's any way in general that Dune could win? Probably not. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. I want to know what you think. We got some other stories, Steph. Yesterday there was. Oh, you know what? Before we even do that, let's do this. I'll tell you guys about our friends over at both Prolon and, of course, BetterHelp. Today, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at BetterHelp. I've talked to you guys many times about BetterHelp. I've talked to you about Roxy and BetterHelp and how that's helped her tremendously in her life. And I know that it's benefited her. And this is January, man. And it brings you over 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story you've been wanting to revise. And life's not about resolutions that fade in February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. I think of it more or less as therapy is kind of like an editorial partner. It helps you write new chapters, and it creates the meaningful story that you deserve to live. And I think that works out for everybody. As I mentioned with Roxy, it helped. It has helped people in my family. It has helped. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable, convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a device network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. You can switch therapists anytime, no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/bigthing today. You get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/bigthing. I've told you, and I told you last week, I'm going to tell you again about Prolon. Man, this was cool so far. Even my wife and I were discussing it the other day. Because I was like, look, I'm trying this challenge thing. I need to do it. You want to get that post-holiday reset. And it's pretty amazing. So you guys don't know. The new year, again, it's here. And I started a reset already after the holidays because the indulgences. And I wanted to jumpstart my health in 2025. So I started with Prolon. It's that 5-day program. It's fasting, but it's with food. What? Yeah. I can nourish my body while experiencing benefits like fat loss and enhanced skin appearance and improved energy. And so with January fasting challenges, I have expert support, I have guidance, and a community to keep me on track. So basically what you do if you're craving a post-holiday reset, this is the best. So I'm starting it. It is a 5-day program, and it really is a game changer. Right? You nourish your body while you let the experience the benefits of fasting, like fat loss, better skin, improved energy. The meals that they come with, it's prepackaged, zero guesswork, which is exactly what I needed after the holiday. I can tell you that. So it's a structured way to rejuvenate and start the year feeling lighter, more energized, and ready to tackle anything. So ready to make 2025 your healthiest year? If you are, you got to order the Prolon 5-day kit. You go to prolonlife.com/bigthing, and you join in on their fasting challenge today. New groups start every Sunday in January. And Prolon is offering the listeners of this show 15% off their 5-day nutrition program for your post-holiday glow up when you go to prolonlife.com/bigthing. One more time, prolonlife.com/bigthing. Thank you to both Prolon and, of course, to BetterHelp. For those people who have been signing up to our sponsors, I cannot thank you enough. We've been doing this show now, I think, 2022, I think is when we really started. And the fact that you guys have been with us for that long and helping us out consistently, getting our sponsors, getting something for yourself. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. All right, Steph, we got another one here too. Did you hear about this? You know about the Odyssey, the one with Nolan. He's got that coming out. Well, yesterday they announced that Jon Bernthal has also joined the Odyssey. And I believe that everyone in Hollywood is in this movie. Emmy winner Jon Bernthal has joined the growing cast of Christopher Nolan's adaptation of Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey. The Punisher, We Own This City, Walking Dead actor joins a cast that currently includes Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, and Charlize Theron. As per usual, there are no specifics on the actor's role. Plenty of speculation has pegged Damon as Odysseus and Holland as Telemachus. I can't say any of these words, but beyond that, it's merely guesswork. The $250 million budget mythic action epic will be shot using brand new IMAX film technology when it opens on July 17th, 2026 worldwide. It aims to bring Homer's 8th century BCE foundational saga to giant screens for the first time. The story follows the Greek hero Odysseus, king of Ithaca, and his journey home after the Trojan War, along with many perils he and his crew encountered, ranging from a cyclops to the multi-headed monster, whirlpool generating, yada, 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 yada. So filming will take place in the UK, Morocco, and Italy over the first few months of this year. Pre-production is underway, and further casting additions are expected to be announced in the coming weeks. Bernthal will be seen this spring, Daredevil Born Again, and The Accountant 2, with the actor likely doing press for those before he gets to work on The Odyssey. His commitment to the Nolan project could well limit his availability with a second season of Daredevil Born Again, with shoots in the first half. If anybody's going to do it, it's this guy. He's a hard-working actor, huge movie for him. So, of course, he's going to take it. This guy's worked. He's worked with everybody. Scorsese. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Clark Wolf was on, and we brought this up a little bit. And he's just such a versatile actor, and he could play anything. And I think this is a great move for him. It's a great move for Nolan, putting another just super talented actor in there. And people will ask, how do you get, this is the beauty of being Christopher Nolan. People will say, like, look at this cast. This movie probably is going to cost X amount of dollars. The truth of it is this movie will cost a lot of money, but it's not because of the cast. The cast will actually take big salary cuts because they want to work with Christopher Nolan. That's the beauty of Christopher Nolan. It's like, yeah, I want to work in a Nolan movie. Well, we could give it to, hey, they're making an offer. It's a lot lower than what they normally get. Are you kidding? I don't give a shit. It's Nolan. Put me in the movie. That's conversations that definitely happen. But what do you think about this this story here, Steph?
I think I'm such a John Bernthal fan. I think he is so just enigmatic on screen. And even though he's widely loved, I actually think he's still underrated.
That's what Clark said yesterday too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is such the fun thing. This movie, I hope, is as good as the cast. Sometimes you get like this all-star cast and you're like, oh no, but Christopher Nolan just doesn't seem to miss. Even his movies that that I don't love, they're still good movies. So, and I love the story. I mean, we all had to read it in middle school. I think he's coming off of his Oscar win with like the sickest cast ever.
Yeah.
So John Bernthal joining it is just such a fun addition. I honestly, I know they're talking about Matt Damon, you said, being Odysseus, but I could see him being Odysseus. That would be cool if they like waited to the last moment to cast the main character, but probably not.
Probably not. And I think that you look, he still likes to, even though it's Nolan, he still likes to run with star power, and not that Bernthal isn't a great actor, and every time he pops up, people go, oh, I like that guy. But Matt Damon is Matt Damon. You know what I mean? So
no, totally. He's never had a bad performance.
And what is this? Their third movie working together? Damon and Interstellar.
Yes.
Oppenheimer, and then this one.
Yes.
Right. So I'd like to see. I mean, this is going to be a stacked cast. I also like what Nolan does. He jumps back and forth into where he can do something like a historical movie in Oppenheimer. He jumps to this with Homer's The Odyssey. He's going to keep like bouncing back and forth into genres, and that's why he's such a great director, because he doesn't just stay in one lane. He moves around.
Yeah.
He drives on different highways, and I like that.
Yeah, he's just a great writer, so he can kind of move to any story he finds interesting.
Well, that's why I think that it's, to me, this is one of those ones where, as people know, I am an advocate for lower budgets in film. But there's some times when budgets are spent and I go, I get it. Avatar, I get it. Any Nolan movie, I get it. Even though the Oppenheimer didn't cost as much as a lot of other these movies. I don't even know it cost them $100 million. I think it cost just $100 million for that movie. But this movie's going to cost a lot more, and I get it. It's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's got an amazing cast. Actually, yes. What did you say? Tom Holland is the lead, right? I don't think it's Matt Damon, right? Tom Holland isn't Tom Holland the main lead in this? That's what I heard.
I heard that the main leads were Tom Holland, Matt Damon, and what's her name?
Zendaya?
No. Anne
Hathaway?
Yes,
Yeah,
and Anne Hathaway.
So let me ask you a question. I'm so curious, because this was a thing that we used to do on Schmoes back in the day, and I want to see how much has changed. What are your thoughts on Anne Hathaway?
I used to not love Anne Hathaway, and I have become an Anne Hathaway fan in the past
hilarious.
3 years. She's had the best turn for me ever,
It's
and
so
I
funny.
wasn't viewing her right, and now I see her.
It seems like that's happened with everyone because
Yeah.
it was not. I don't know what it was. Women seem to not like her.
Do you
back
want to know what it was
back
for
then.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was growing up where Anne Hathaway was Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
So she was my like Zendaya,
Yeah.
where I was like, she's the like cute
Right.
girl's girl, playing princessy role. And then she made her turn because she's hot,
Yeah.
obviously, and she has so much range. But I wasn't appreciating that because I was stuck on that. So when she did
fair.
Love and Other Drugs, I was like, why are you doing that? Like, I'm still a teenager. You should be fulfilling my shit.
So it was a selfish thing. That's
It was
fair.
a selfish thing. And then
That's
now
fair.
I'm like, oh my God, of course.
Yeah,
She
I've always been a
should have
fan.
been doing that.
I've always been a fan, but I always noticed that, and I will say that I saw that turn, but I'm glad because I think she's a super talented actress.
So
and-
good.
yeah, and I think that this is, and I don't know how many times she's worked with Nolan at least once before, but I'm not sure how many other times. But either way, this is very interesting. It was also very interesting, as I mentioned to you, Steph, going in at the hour mark. Mike and Roxy were at about 40 going into it. You currently are at 24. That's pretty damn good.
Okay. Let's
pretty damn
keep
good.
it up.
Pretty
We have a
damn
lot
good.
to talk about.
The reason why I kind of, I don't ever say that I either want Roxy, and no offense to the Friday show, but I either want Roxy and Mike to win or you to win because I want the text chain to shut up about how it's impossible to beat the Friday show.
Right. I never say
No,
that.
you don't. No, you
'Cause
don't.
it's
Because
not-
you know why, Steph? Because you're a winner.
Yeah.
And winners don't complain. Winners just
we
just
don't.
wait. They just wait to win next, and
Exactly.
losers find an excuse. Anyway, so speaking of budgets, someone wrote this in the chat, and there's a story about it. Captain America: Brave New World. Now the new update is pointing to $95 million for a 4-day opening. Yuck. The production budget revealed. The trades have now weighed in with the updated box office estimates for Captain America: Brave New World. The movie's expected to take in $95 million when it hits theaters next month. For the 3-day, I'd say it's not too bad. 4-day, not the best. But we're just 3 weeks away from the release of the next Marvel Studios movie, Captain America: Brave New World. Latest box office tracking for Sam Wilson's first big screen outing as the Sentinel of Liberty are in. Early estimates pointed to a debut of 81 to 107. Now it's looking more like 90 to 95, or the combined Valentine's Day, President's Day weekend. If the movie does take in 90 or more, it will claim the 5th biggest President's Day launch behind the first Black Panther at 242. It's a significant difference. Deadpool 152, Ant-Man and the Wasp 120, and 50 Shades of Grey 93.1. Not exactly a Deadpool Wolverine level bow, which was always unlikely, but the trades are reporting that Brave New World has a relatively modest production budget at 180. Now wait a minute, 180 for which version? That's not. Wait a minute, something. No. Something. They're not before. Wait a minute. Well, we'll talk about this. The most recent trailers have seemed to go over a lot better than the initial teaser. Anticipation for the film has been muted. Mixed to negative test screening reports and word on extensive reshoots haven't helped. And it remains to be seen if the 4th Cap movie and first without Steve Rogers can keep the momentum going after Deadpool and Wolverine's record-breaking box office run. They're leaving out some stuff. Now, from reports, this movie, they reshot the whole damn thing. And they made a new movie. You're telling me that you made each movie for $90 million? As George Carlin would say, bullshit.
Right.
No
Aren't they saying it's like
chance.
350?
Easily. With all the reshoots that were put together, if they're shooting a brand new movie and then they did reshoots again, there's no world where they made this movie with the amount of special effects and star power that they have in it for $90 million for each movie, basically. There's no way. No way. That is a false number. I would say that you're looking closer to $400 million for everything. No way.
My gosh.
You have to. I mean, right? If you do the math for it, how in the world? Someone said reports can't be wrong. They sure can. They sure can be wrong. And I think that this one is wrong. I think that someone just asking a question that. but they are.
No,
It
they
does-
absolutely can.
Yeah.
Journalistic integrity is
It's not-
there's a lot, but not
yeah.
everywhere.
Not difficult to hide at all if you're looking.
Not that this article was that, just
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
But
go ahead, Steph.
so it was saying that it's citing the reshoots were because of the audience.
The first time, the first, they did two reshoots. The first one was basically where they just decided to regut and do the whole movie all over again, and then they shot it again, and then they did another screening, and they did like minor reshoots. But even that costs money.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know, man.
Yeesh.
Either way, but that aside, right? Let's put that aside. Now, the other part of that story is the amount of money. Because this movie doesn't need to make it can't, I don't think, because let's say we split the difference, and let's say realistically this movie, let's be nice to them and say that this movie cost $200 million to make, right? At a $95 million opening, and we're not taking in marketing and all that stuff, you really need to make anywhere between 400 or 500 to break even on that budget, maybe or so. They could do that, but if it's the realistic, what we think, let's say they $300 million, it's going to be tough for this movie to make a profit. It just is, but it needs to be good, and I hope that it's good, and I hope that what happens is after they do that opening weekend of 95 or 100 million for the 4-day weekend, people go, I don't know why there's no buzz for this. You should be checking this movie out. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it stresses me out. The numbers are not looking great, and I really want, for the sake of the story and the characters and for Marvel, I love Marvel, and I really want them to get back on track. And so I want this to be good, but the reports are very nerve-wracking.
Yep.
And in the least, it's like you hope that even if the movie's not amazing, that they break even on the budget, because it's so many jobs and people who have dedicated their time to this.
Yeah.
But it's looking stressful.
It does. And there's a little bit more to it on Comic Book Movie, where they said, this is everything we know that has been added, changed, or removed. Okay. So this should add something depending on what it is. Much has been said and continues to be said about Captain America, Brave New World and the reshoots. We're taking a look at what we know that has been added, changed, removed from the MCU movie. In other news this morning, I had a great omelet this morning. It's really good. Both my wife and I had omelets that were really
Yum.
good. Yeah, they're delicious. Anyway, Captain America Brave New World is just a few short weeks away from arriving in theaters. Talks of reshoots continue to dominate the narrative surrounding the 2025's first MCU movie. What's going on? Every Marvel Studio movies undergoes additional photography. It's planned well in advance and has become a normal for the studio to reshape its releases, whether it's response to early test screenings or to set the stage for future stories. Based on what's been revealed thus far, Captain America Brave New World has undergone major changes. Some have taken that as a sign that the movie must be bad or a mess, but it sounds like Marvel Studios, being Marvel Studios, still has a lot been added, changed, removed. I think Josh is being a little... I think Josh is protecting them a little bit. The Serpent Society is the first. The very, very early set photos showed Captain America in his new suit squaring off with the Serpent Society. WWE superstar Seth Rollins was among the actors spotted, and we later heard they have either physically or cybernetic enhancements. The prevailing theory was that the leader must have outfitted the group with their weapons. Regardless, for whatever reason, Marvel Studios has scrapped the Serpent Society. That's the second time. I remember the first time they were going to do that. And this sequence, while there was something here which clearly didn't work, getting rid of them completely, as Rollins himself has confirmed, was drastic. How much did that cost to replace that whole thing? We think that Rachel Leighton's Diamondback has managed to make it into the existing cut, but the spotlight has shifted to another villain, which ties to this group. Sidewinder. Rumors about Giancarlo Esposito joining the MCU persisted for years. What we didn't expect for him is to play Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpent Society, and a character who was added to Brave New World during reshoots. The MCU version of the character looks very grounded, appears to be an assassin tasked with Sam Wilson when he doesn't have his suit or shield. Esposito has said a Disney Plus series is up next, so there's room for him to grow beyond this introduction. More Falcon in the Winter Soldier's suit is more major changes due to negative test screenings. It's worth addressing because what happened there? Where did it go? Oh, It's worth addressing this because on several occasions we've heard claims that Captain America Brave New World test screening scored extremely poorly. The movie was produced at a time when Marvel had shifted to quantity over quality, meaning it's not outside the realm of possibility. This was another poorly conceived project like Quantum Mania, Secret Invasion. The benefit of 2023 strikes and a significant release date means that Marvel Studios has had time to tinker with this one, hence the many reshoots we've detailed here. This should be a positive rather than a negative, though. Only time will tell whether those fixes will be enough to save the movie. President Ross's funeral. Marvel Studios couldn't have been happy when the paparazzi spotted them shooting a funeral scene. Initially, there was some speculation that it would be for Steve Rogers, though the narrative soon changed when Liv Tyler's Betty Ross was spotted. Throw in the fact that Sam Wilson was spotted looking worse for wear and wearing a sling. I don't want to go too much with this. Avengers Doomsday tease and how much has really been changed. That's the major question there. Is how much has the movie really been changed? Because that's what's going to come down to it, of how much and that's maybe an answer to the questions in the chat of like the report of maybe people didn't really know how much this really has been changed, how many has been reported, how you really get, like, when you put in the estimates for how much this movie cost to make, right? Is it because it essentially is a second movie that I don't know how it works
Right.
I don't know how it works. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna find out soon. It's crazy. The movie comes out right around the corner. It's almost here.
Are you going to a screener?
I'm trying to. There hasn't been any set yet, and I'm still trying to find out the Disney contact that was dealing with the press here in New York was wonderful, but she, fortunately enough for her, has moved to a different position, and now there's a new person which I've not heard from yet. So I'm trying to hear from that person first. But I hope to get something sooner than later.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this last one. And then we'll get into your questions, which you stand at 26 so far. Pretty damn good.
Okay, keep it going.
Next one. Robert Eggers, crushing. I forget. Did you see Nosferatu?
Not yet. That's the
Okay.
one on the, yes, that and the Brutalist are my only two left in this run. Yeah.
Well, he's done Witches and the Witch. He's done Eldritch Horrors at the Lighthouse. He's done Vikings and Northmen. He's done Vampires. And now he's going to be visually stylish back to werewolves. The Hollywood is Ash Crossan working for the Hollywood Reporter now?
I can't tell if she's doing full time or just some interviews, but
That's great.
she's awesome.
She's one of my favorites. I love Ash.
She's so good.
Anyway, he's so Hollywood Reporter reports that Robert Eggers has co-written Werewolf with Shawn and plans to direct it as his next focus features for releases. Nosferatu this past Christmas will reunite him to handle distribution. The film has set a Christmas Day 2026 release. I would stick with Christmas if I was him after the success he had with Nosferatu. Those involved are likely hoping to see a success similar to what they had with Nosferatu, which has become the director's highest grossing film. It made $156 million off a $50 million budget. There you go. The director's work has had consistently good reviews, plenty of acclaim for his visual style and his atmosphere. Details of the new are under wraps, but the story is set to unfold in 13th century England and reportedly features dialogue that was true to the time period. It will also have translations and annotations. It uses Old English for the dialogue. Werewolf was also originally planned to be shot in black and white, but that's no longer the case. Robert Eggers, Sean, Chris, and Eleanor Columbus will produce. He spoke with comicbook.com about the reports he was setting up a remake of Labyrinth. He said, the thing is, I always have a ton of things in development because you need to survive this industry and you don't know what's going to hit next. But I definitely want the next film I want to be an original movie. Specific production dates on when Werewolf will shoot haven't been revealed at this time. I love this. I'll tell you why. I was really looking forward because I really like Lee Winnell. And I was looking forward to Werewolves. Did not like it. And I was hoping to get and I saw Werewolves with Frank Grillo, and that's a very different, that movie was set up to be like those old creature feature 1980s. If you turned on some movie, you're like, I'm home from school today. I'm going to turn. What the hell is this? Oh, look at that. Look at the crazy creatures in this thing. That's what that movie was. I want to see a Robert Eggers werewolf movie. That to me sounds fantastic. So, and he's staying in this world. He's staying in this genre. Sign me up.
Yeah, I think it's a really smart choice. I think that if he kind of makes these really dark, fantastical movies and continues on that path, which
Yeah.
he is seeming to do, that's a really cool lane to. He's already established, but to even more establish himself, because I do feel like there's still like a group of people who might not know who he
Definitely.
is.
Yeah, and he's still younger.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
he-
I was shocked how young he was.
What is he? 38?
Something like that.
Something like
Or
that.
he,
Hold on.
yeah,
maybe,
he
maybe even a
looked
little
young.
young. Let's see.
Yeah.
Robert Eggers' age. Let's see. 41. But still, yeah, he's
Okay,
young.
yeah, that's
man.
young
He's young. All right, he's gonna be around for a while. He's a very
for
talented dude.
sure.
All right, Steph, it's time. You ready to rock?
It's time.
Can you?
Yes.
All right. How you feeling? You think you can take them out?
Yes, I do. I'm
Okay.
feeling really good.
All right, guys. So you gotta let's see if Steph can beat Mike and Roxy, who stand at 106. You need about 80 more in order to tie, which is not outside the realm of possibility. With about an hour and 5 minutes left to go, you've done that before, so let's see if you can do it again. All right, Miguel Zayon. I'm happy that Sebastian Stan got in. Probably in the top 5 main actors going in and out the MCU behind Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., ScarJo, and Hemsworth. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, I'm glad. I thought he was going to get in for that other one. What is it? Not Better Man, but what?
Yeah.
Something Man.
Different Man.
Yes, a Different Man. That was the one he won the Golden Globe for. So I thought he was going to get in for that. So it's interesting that he got in for The Apprentice. And I think that's probably one of the things I was just talking about before. I think that there was all that controversy that nobody would do an interview with him. Like the other actors wouldn't do interviews with him because of playing Trump, and so he couldn't get anybody to sit down with him and get any juice off of it. And I think that the Academy went, well, that's not right. And I think they did the right thing and put him in there. I haven't seen the movie. I just saw I saw a scene that was on it was on the internet, and I said this yesterday. That's a very tough one to do because you can fall into just an impression very fast. And I didn't feel like it was an impression. I didn't feel like he was trying to do it. It's just like there was little nuances that he was doing that I thought, this is pretty damn impressive.
Okay, yeah, I actually hadn't seen this.
I haven't seen the movie yet. Yeah. Let's see.
But I agree, he is a great actor.
Great actor. Mike Joyce. Denis totally deserved a nomination over Audiard. Yeah.
I
think all of them.
It just is bizarre. Like I just don't get it.
No, at all. Okay. Next one. This is it. Here we go. Roman Fedorak. Hey, Christian and Steph. Always a joy to be here with you. Thank you so much, Roman. You're the best.
Thank you.
He follows it up with, Steph, I love the Terrifier reaction. Now, you and Rox can bond over having to watch these horrifying films.
I'm done.
You
I'm done.
You said you'll never do it. You said
I'm
you
not
refused,
doing
right?
it anymore. Yeah, I've refused.
And did they ask you to do more of them?
Yes. Like the next day. And I was like, are you insane? No. I need therapy. I need therapy from this movie.
Yeah, it's not
I need better help from Terrifier.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Everybody needs it. All right, so Ewok. Coleman Domingo said that Spielberg's UFO film was one of the most beautiful scripts he ever read, and he couldn't stop crying at the end. Sounded like it's be a bit more emotional than Close Encounters. I hope so, and I'm so curious because did you see? That's something I should bring up here, Steph. And I don't know if you knew, you probably didn't, but this is something to me. I'm going to bring this up for those people who aren't following this, and this is relevant now for me to bring up because it was on the Hollywood Reporter. Okay. South by Southwest is coming up, and I did a video on this yesterday on my other channel. The Age of Disclosure UFO documentary trailer touts biggest discovery in human history. 34 U.S. government and military officials get candid about the UFO UAP phenomenon in the first trailer for a newly announced shot in secret film by Dan Farah, who I believe directed, he worked on Ready Player One, premiering at South by. So that's and I wonder how much, because of his relationship with Spielberg, that's why I bring this up. Upcoming documentary about the UFO UAP phenomenon promises to be the most well-sourced, credible film ever made about the buzzy topic, and the first trailer has just been released. The Age of Disclosure by Dan Farah features on-record interviews with 34 current and former senior members of the U.S. government, military, intelligence community with direct knowledge of unidentified aerial phenomena. The film contends there has been 80-year cover-up of the existence of non-human intelligence life and a secret war among major nations to reverse engineer UFO technology. As announced earlier Wednesday, The Age of Disclosure has earned first-time director Farah a coveted premiere at the South by Southwest Film Festival, where it will screen at the historic Paramount Theater in March. Some of the officials interviewed are the newly confirmed Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who says in the trailer that when it comes to this subject, even presidents are operating on a need-to-know basis. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds, General Jim Clapper, who was a U.S. Director of National Intelligence under President Barack Obama. From the original official description, the film was granted unprecedented access and support from senior members of the U.S. government, military, intelligence community. Everyone interviewed in the film has direct knowledge of UAP as a result of their work for the U.S. government. The film exposes the profound impact the situation has on the future of humanity while providing a look behind the scenes with those at the forefront of the bipartisan disclosure effort. Now, there's more there, but the reason why I thought this was important yesterday when I talked about it on the show is that I think a lot of times when you think of this subject, you think of just like Randy Quaid with his teeth missing behind a barn, looking up at the sky, shooting a gun, going, "Look, I saw something." Right. And this is like over 30 military, senators, tons of people inside the government that are talking about this in general. And the fact that it's got a release at South by, I wonder how much information will come out of this that people will be interested about. Does that to you go, oh, that's pretty interesting? Or you go, no, show me something and then I'll buy it?
No, I think that's fascinating. I'm with you. I'm less educated on the subject and involved with it, but I completely have always felt like there's life off of Earth, and the evidence has just been years and years and years, and I can understand why a government would cover up evidence. I do. So it's like all makes sense. It's not like it's like, whoa, how is this happening? And then if you have military professionals and people who actually have like the status that most people rely on in order to be a valid kind of speaker on the subject, I think that's like pretty damning.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see what happens there when it debuts at South by. I'm trying to get Dan Farah on my other channel, so we'll see. But as far as the script goes with Spielberg, which is what the comment was talking about, I want to know how much Spielberg takes the events of the last 3 years and combines them with what's happening now, because he knows a lot more about the topic than he speaks about publicly. I mean, I've heard him talk in certain things, and you're like, oh, this is somebody who's well informed in this. The language, he's not somebody who just has like that's cool, I'd love to do it. He had Alan Hynek, for people who follow the subject will know who that is. Him and Jacques Vallée had them both as consultants on Close Encounters. So he really knows this subject better than most people realize. Space Jesus. It was reported that Brave New World's budget came in at 180. There's no way that's true. No, there is no way that's true.
I think that was the set budget, and then things changed.
That was the first initial.
Yeah. That was the initial.
Someone found the first movie. How much does the second movie cost? Mike Josh, Justice for Challengers. I see that one to me getting. I like that movie, but it getting snubbed for Best Picture or nominations, I get it. More so than I do the director of Wicked and the director of Dune 2.
Yeah, I loved Challengers. It's probably a top 5 for me. But I think the score not being nominated is bizarro. But I think that I'm more so shocked at, like, let's say an Angelina Jolie or Nicole Kidman for not being nominated than the nominations for Challengers. But I'm a Zendaya stan, and she killed that role. I just think it was. I'm not like, whoa.
Right, it wasn't Oscar. No, it's just a really good movie. RQMD SMD, support for Steph.
Thanks.
There you go. Okay. Next one coming in hot here, and this is Joshua Gonzalez. I saw Mystic Pizza. Damn, Julia Roberts is hot. Yes, she is. And I always got upset with her when she said she had a big butt. No, it was wonderful. All right, next one. Apache, $28.95. I don't hate the Oscars usually, but this cycle is bad. I'll be the number one hater to Emilia and Anora easily. I do like Anora. I do like that movie. I thought it was good. Don't think that
I like Anora too.
Yeah. They had a sequel?
Would they have a sequel?
Forget it.
Okay.
Yeah. You said I like Anora too.
Oh,
It was a
oh,
dad joke. It was a dad
that was
joke.
good. That was good.
Dad joke. Yeah. But Emilia and Anora, I liked Anora. I just, again, if you're going to compare it to the other directors, I just don't think. But Emilia, I can't say whether I agree or disagree because I haven't seen it. But Steph
Yeah.
says she liked it.
I did.
Yeah. All right. All right, Steph, you just hit 30. That's good.
Okay.
All right, next one. Mike Joyce. In my opinion, Barbara and Rossellini shouldn't have been nominated. I'll disagree with you heavily on the first one, but Rossellini, I'll agree with you on. Not because she wasn't good, and just with Steph, she's barely in the movie. Barbara was awesome as Joan Baez. I was so glad she was nominated. She deserved it. Did you see it?
The Brazilian actress.
Complete Unknown. She played.
Yeah.
Joan Baez.
Yeah, I think she was awesome.
She's awesome.
And yeah, Rossellini I love her. And so it pains me to say it, but I actually left the movie being like, she was completely underused.
Yeah, right. She's barely in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go, pal. Still busy at work. That's all right, man. But support anyway. Thank you. You do it every day. You're the best. You're in here every single day. Mike Joyce, the Flow director reacting with his dog was so cute. I didn't see that.
I haven't seen it either. They're very cute. That team is awesome. So I am sorry for calling it a silent film. It's not. It's just it doesn't have dialogue. Is what I meant. Got it.
Facio Brut. In my opinion, Monica Barbaro gives the best performance of 24. It's pretty damn good. I thought she was. Yeah, it's one thing to come in and have to go back and forth with Timothée Chalamet in this movie that he's kind of taken front and center on, and another thing to play Joan Baez and do it masterfully. So yeah, I think she was great. Mike Joyce, I'm happy Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong both got nominated for The Apprentice. 2 stellar performances in a great movie. Not biased at all. I got to check it out. I got to see it because I do like both those guys. So I'm curious to see it now.
Yeah.
And I always like to see when they get when the nominations come out, the ones that I really haven't seen to catch up. So, like I said, I want to be educated on the conversation. What I don't want to do, my mother-in-law did this once and it drove me nuts. She had seen, we were watching and she's like, I can't believe that one won. It didn't deserve it over those. And I go, oh, you saw that one? No, I only saw that one. I'm like,
right.
You can't say
You
that.
can't. I know. For the
say
best picture, I rescind my previous statement. I still have to see Sing Sing.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty much in the Brutalist.
This is interesting though. We just mentioned challengers. Challengers won. Trent Reznor and those guys won, and Atticus won for score and Golden Globes and something else. They were snubbed for best original score, considering. So that's one that maybe we're talking about challengers. Maybe I think that's a good snub. Thank you, Big Bang. I agree. Stephanie, Oscars must expand the number of nominations for top categories. They do it for the movies. They should do it for all the categories. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to at least 10, so that way you get more of a blend and you make it harder for people to vote on them. I totally agree, because you know why? Another reason is too. There's just so many more movies now that in contention because of the streaming and everything else. I agree, Stephanie. I think absolutely they should expand. Big Bang coming back in. Should Ryan Gosling continue the Skywalker legacy? No. You've heard this story, right?
No.
Oh, Gosling's up for Shawn Levy's Star Wars movie. This is the big story yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't know. So basically what it was is that Shawn Levy was working on a boy band movie with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, and then the call came in that Gosling was really interested in the Levy Star Wars movie, so they're fast tracking it now, and no one really knows what it is. We just know from previous comments, it's like Levy wants to stay. It's a standalone movie, kind of away from the Skywalker thing. We don't even know what time period. We know nothing about it at all.
Okay.
I would hope that if they're going to connect it towards anything, it would be closer to the range of what Mangold's doing and put it years and years and years beforehand, and maybe even instead of 25,000 years, 10,000 years beforehand, and let them play in that world so you can set some things up if it's super successful that you can, continue on and not be tied to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be crazy. I think it would be hard for me to be like, that's not Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
But for this specific role, but
Sure.
He is so good that who knows?
And Clark put this up yesterday. He doesn't really have a franchise that has landed, right? Like
No, he just has a bunch of roles that are super memorable.
like they tried. She brought it up yesterday. Blade Runner. They tried to give him, and people love it, but it didn't do very well.
Right.
They tried to do Fall Guy with him. People liked it. Didn't do very well. So he hasn't really been part of anything that's huge like this.
I mean, it would be cool.
Yeah. We'll see. But no, I don't think he should continue the Skywalker legacy.
No, I need a break. Yeah.
Joe for show. No Deadpool and Wolverine noms, both are juggernauts. Juggernauts. I mean, nothing even for visual effects. They usually always get nominated for visual effects, the Marvel movies, but I guess not. Maybe it's probably too rated R for them to handle, I would assume. Okay. 36 strong as we get to the next one. Scott Cross, one Star Wars show, but call it Star Wars Journal of the Wills. I see what you're saying. I had mentioned this the other day. I think that what they should do in order to do a Star Wars show is, and I think I've mentioned this to you before in the past, just doing a anthology Star Wars show where you can do 2 or 3 episodes in one time period. And this person's basically saying the same thing, but just instead of calling it Star Wars, you just call it Journal of the Wills, giving props to Lucas. So I wouldn't.
Oh God, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Richard Okatora. Hey Christian. Hey Richard. Hey Steph. I missed so many movies this year, but I did see Dune 2. I can't believe Denis was not nominated. The Oscars just seem to have lost touch with the general audience. That was my overall point before. It has nothing to do with budgets. It has nothing to do with anything else, as far as like the big budget kind of. I'm with you. I would much rather have layered stories and characters and dialogue be the ones that are being nominated. Again, that's why I brought up Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, those movies. But they're not connected to the general audience, these movies. It's just made for the film industry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. But thank you, Richard. That was very, very kind. Simon Section. Hey, Chris, Steph. I thought that the first movie I'll be watching in 2025 would be Cap 4, but I noticed that the Mel Gibson directed Flight Risk starring Mark Wahlberg is playing. Any of you seen it? I have not seen it yet. I haven't heard. I don't even know what is the, let me see. Let me go to Rotten Tomatoes and see what the score on that one is. I don't know what it is yet, but I am curious about it. I do think that it's a good cast. Oh, wow. Mark Wahlberg's got a receding hairline in there too, huh? There's no reviews for it yet. I don't see any reviews for it. Is there any reviews for it? No, I don't see any reviews for it just yet. There's nothing yet. But I'm curious about it. Do you have any interest in it, Steph, or not really?
No.
Okay. Mike Joyce, Justice from Madam Web. I think it got its justice. It was allowed to be on television.
Yeah.
It was allowed to be on television. That was Justice. You love that movie. It's your favorite movie of the year.
It's fun. Yeah. It's the best movie of the decade.
Yeah. Jim 1. Some believe Emilia Pérez was a protest vote from members unhappy with the election and against studios bowing to pressure to roll back messaging and DEI.
That would be stupid.
It'd be stupid if that was the case. I mean, it's like there are other, I mean, there are ways to do that without, because you're basically taking it out on the other movies that potentially could have had the vote, but instead to make a statement that would be stupid.
Yeah.
No, we don't necessarily. There's no way to prove that, though. By the way.
Right.
Okay. Next one, and thank you, Jim, for that one too. But I mean, I understand. But people are going to be saying that, especially if Emilia Pérez wins. But I think it's that and Brutalist. The Brutalist has. Are you paying attention to that controversy?
Yes, the AI.
Yeah, and you think it's going to affect it at all, or not really?
I do.
You do?
But yeah, when do the votes get locked in?
I don't know.
I do. Sure. Yeah, I do think a lot of artists feel violent against AI in art.
Yeah.
So I do. And I think it should be considered. I have to see the movie, so I don't really know, but I think it should be considered depending what it is. Like when people flipped out over the AI usage of the intro of Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Right.
I thought that was a little dramatic, but I understood. Just
pictures, and that was just pictures, not dialogue.
And it was also part of the show. Like if you knew the story of the show, I think like maybe don't do it just because, like I said, people are violent against it. But I do think I want to see what it is exactly.
Simon Section. No one plays Odysseus better than Armand Assante. Does anyone remember the 90s TV miniseries with Vanessa Williams playing Calypso. No, I don't remember that one. Do you?
No, I don't.
No, but I mean, Armando Sante, that's a great pullback name. My favorite Armando Sante role is still Time Cop. It's great. Jim 1, rumors are that Red Hulk is only in Cap 4 for 5 minutes. That would be silly. They've been marketing the damn movie with him.
I'd be okay with that.
You would be okay with that? But even the way they've been marketing it?
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd be okay with that.
I would be okay with it if they didn't show him at all in any of the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he just shows up and you're like, oh shit. But if you're marketing, trying to get people in the theater because you want to see it and it's a 5-minute scene, not the best. Paige Chowdhury, who's been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Paige. And for members, you get you get one free super chat every month, which is great. And speaking of which, we have a Q&A coming up. Steph, it's been tough. I have these, I've been trying to get these the raw reactions out because once I do, it's going to be like, again, Fast and Furious coming out that people are going to get a bunch of these raw reactions. I have a ton of them that I just have to put the time codes in, and then members and patrons will get those. But thank you to everybody who's become members recently. It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
40, not bad. 40.
Okay.
45 minutes to go. Stephanie Litz, 41 here. Thank you. 41. Thanks here for saying I'm young.
Yeah, you have more than half of your life.
100%. 40. I mean, I was just talking to my friend about this. It's like, no matter what age you are, you think you're getting old, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure, because Steph, I'm sure you've said, oh my God, I can't believe I'm to someone. And then in 10 years from now, you'll be like, oh my God, I wish I was that age again.
No, yes.
Yeah,
every phase of my life.
Every phase. It always happens. That happens to everybody. And I remember
when I was 18, I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure I was like 40s old. And then when I became 25, I was like 40s just around the corner. And now I definitely think 40s. Like, I'm like, you're just getting started.
100%. 100%. Yeah. The Cali Kid. Thoughts on Robert Eggers' response to a question if he'd do a Star Wars movie on the Josh Harwich channel. He said no. His reason is fascinating. I saw the clip and I loved the way he answered it. He didn't shit on Star Wars. He just said it's just not with what I'm doing and my style and my sensibilities. It just wouldn't be the right fit for me. Because my kids would want me to do it, or I don't know if he has one or two kids, but he said that his children would want him to do it, but he wouldn't. It just wouldn't fit his sensibilities, and I respect that answer 100%.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but totally. I think like it's not
for everybody.
If you're a great director, you don't necessarily want to do everything, and you shouldn't.
Yeah. This is a silly comment from our good friend Pete Parker 2288. Rylance over Stallone, just trying to rile you up. Yeah, that was a big miss by the Academy. The same type of thing. We're gonna give it to Stallone. We can't give it to Stallone. Stupid. Mike Joyce, in my opinion, Emilia Pérez gets too much hate. It's a strange mishmash of genres and musical numbers that all comes together in the end. Again, I can't speak on it, but Steph, do you agree with?
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yeah.
It really worked for me. It was a really interesting film.
Roman Fedorak, who says, "I'm sorry if I brought back bad memories." Steph, what did he say? I missed it. The reaction to the.
Yeah, you did.
Terrifier.
You did.
Yeah,
It's okay. I forgive you.
Because I was thinking, so one of the things that we're up in the amount of reactions on the channel, like we're basically putting out 2, sometimes 3 of the MCU reaction with Sam, because Civil War is coming out tomorrow. People are pumped about it. Just got the thumbnail, just got the edit back. We're going to do the edit on that. But we're going to start to do some other ones, and Sadie's coming in, and I had watched, the guy that talked to Coy about this. Did you like the South Park movie?
Mm-hmm.
I love the South Park movie. And Coy just watched it recently with Aaron. They both, I don't think that they got it, and they didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, Roka and I talked about it the other day. There's just a lot of things that I think that they just kind of missed about what it was about,
I wouldn't
especially at that time.
I wouldn't pair mentally Coy with South Park humor. I wouldn't think those fit.
No, it didn't. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, I would love to do, because my wife has never seen that, and so we were talking about it. I was like, well, they just did it on Real Rejects, so I don't know if I want to do it that fresh to them. Plus, I'd want to see if Greg had an issue if I did that up top, because you just did it. But she goes, "What about Team America? I've never seen that." I'm like, yes. So Sadie and I are going to watch Team America.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
That's
because
so
that is
fun.
not her style at all.
Yeah.
So I am
Yeah.
so excited. She just knows nothing about it. So I'm so curious for that. I think that one, I want to do Caddyshack with her, probably do South Park. And I probably, you know what, will be a first time watching for me and her, which I haven't seen, is Craven. Probably do those with Sadie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then my friend my friend Tina's coming back in, and we're gonna do. She hasn't seen Nosferatu yet, so we're gonna do Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see Nosferatu. I saw Craven. It's like
Same shit,
fine.
like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Brian McGovern could not give two shits about the Oscars. Total wank. Same. 100%.
I give some shits.
Yeah, but I don't. But I think it's just because it's like, what is it? Because it's the glamour. You know what it is also? I brought this up once before. What used to be really special about the Oscars was it was the one time when the regular public could turn on the TV and see these stars that you watch on the screen as themselves. Now you go to their Instagram page, or you go to Facebook, or you watch their reality show, or you do this. It's like there's so much more access to these people now that it's not as like glamour as it used to be. Like this, the mystery is not as much as it was before.
Oh, I hear you. The reason why I love the Oscars and award shows is, to me, it's watching someone's entire life's goal come to fruition on that night.
I understand that.
It's like that and a Homecoming of Soldier videos. Just those two
those
things.
Get me
like,
too, yeah.
Those get me.
Yeah, you get me. Yeah. Stuart Lackey. Hello, big fan since Collider Live. Thanks, Stuart. I'm sad to see Alex Garland's Civil War not recognized with awards. I know it's not the movie we deserve, but the one we need. What are your thoughts? I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Me too.
There were a few movies, and I didn't even mention my honor mentions, and I should have. It's one of those things about and it probably could have cracked into the top 10. I'd like to see it again because I really did enjoy it a lot, actually. But yeah, it was one of those movies that was not. I thought it was going to get more recognition than it did. I think that again, talking about political people kept saying they were trying to make a thing out of it where they're like, "Oh, he's clearly talking like Nick Offerman's clearly Trump," and I didn't read that at all. I think that was the problem why it didn't get nominated. I think a lot of people, and I think it was wrong. I think a lot of people on the left side were hoping that he would make it more, take more of a stance and take more. It's very in the middle, that movie. It's about these reporters or photographers rather, who are trying to go across this war-torn place, and it's their story. And I liked that. I like that he didn't take a clear-cut stance.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was like a fascinating take on issues that we're seeing today and that we could see in the future, but obviously in a movie way.
Karen Vondermeeden. Hey, Karen. Do you think AI will hurt the Brutalist chances? I'm kind of with Steph. I think there's a good shot that it hurts. And I think that people will, if Adrian Brody doesn't win, then we'll see. I don't think you can determine it. If Emilia Pérez wins, I think that could have happened with or without the controversy. But if Adrian Brody doesn't win, if Timothée Chalamet wins, then you might be saying, I wonder if that AI thing had something to do with it.
Right. Yeah. And it's like Timothy did have a massive year.
Yeah, he was great. But he was so good. I can't say whether or not he was better than Adrian Brody because I didn't see it.
Right.
Roman Fedoruk. I wish Nosferatu got more awards attention. Me too. But
yeah, I am too. I haven't seen it yet, but just from what I'm hearing from like true horror fans and just light horror fans and just movie fans, everyone likes it.
Academy can't vote for a vampire movie. Mike's Movie Madness. The Oscars have seemed to adopt a spread the love mentality. Instead of one movie sweeping, they award the smaller awards like screenplay to movies. They don't have a shot at any big category. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like it just seems like it just doesn't seem. It seems more of like, what are you really nominating and voting for? Are you really because you like them or because you want that one to get its flowers, as the kids say?
Mm-hmm.
Roman. Also, thanks for Carlin at Carnegie recommendation. So good. It's my favorite special. It's the one that got me into stand-up comedy. It's the one that got me into Carlin. Have you ever seen that one, Steph?
You told me about it. I need to check if I've seen it.
So Roman listened and you didn't. Real nice.
I know.
Did you watch the pilot to Battlestar yet?
No, not yet.
Of course not.
Sorry, I will next week.
No, you won't. All right.
Remind me.
Space Jesus. More excited for Mickey 17 or Sinners? Probably Sinners.
Question.
Probably Sinners. Sinners was on my my top 10 of anticipated. Mickey 17, I'm curious about. How about you?
This is a good question. I am so excited for both of these movies. I love both of these directors. There's a special place in my heart for Bong Joon-ho though, and I just think he makes the most unique films. And so probably and I'm such a Robert Pattinson fan.
Yeah.
Probably Mickey 17 just by a nudge.
Okay, that comes out not too far away. The new trailer just came out too. Nathan Stowe, Anthony Hopkins won an Oscar for The Silence of the Lambs, even though he was only in 25 minutes in the movie. I'll give you one better. Anne Hathaway was in 10 minutes of Les Mis, and she won the Oscar also. It happens, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it should. And I think that Anthony Hopkins did a lot more in Silence of the Lambs than Isabella Rossellini did in Conclave, and same for Anne Hathaway, did more than she did in Conclave. Great performance, but out of those three performances, those two stand out way more than she did. Yeah.
No, Nathan, have you seen Conclave? Because I'm really. I would never want to
no slight
shit on Rossellini. Yeah. No slight on Rossellini at all. She just had the most supporting role that you could. She had barely a role.
Let's see. Chrome Raigu. Hail, love the content. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on Tom Holland as Odysseus? So I guess he is doing it, right? The movie's going to be amazing. I can feel it. I hope it's going to be good. I guess he is, or is Damon?
I think Tom Holland's going to be Odysseus' son, right?
That's what
I don't know. If you've seen this report, tell us where you got it.
Yeah, I don't know. Paige said I missed her message. I thought we covered it. Where is it? I saw Karen's. I'm looking for Paige. I don't see Paige's up here. Let's see. I'll look. But yeah, so tell me a little bit more about what you think is going to happen with the Odyssey stuff with who's playing who.
Oh, I think that Matt Damon's going to be Odysseus, and then I think Tom Holland's going to be his son, right? And that's part of that's a main character, because obviously if you know the story, you know that he left his wife and son. So I think that unless there's I don't know how young they're making the son, but I think it was around 18s.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I haven't read the book in over a decade though.
Paige, thank you for pointing this out, Paige. Oscars are getting more and more in the no club and not for general audiences. So sad. Yeah, it's kind of been like that though for a little bit now. And I think that because of streaming and because of everything else, there's just so much more. But it does seem a lot more. But I do think that is a major reason why the ratings have been so terrible. They've been terrible over the last 5 to 10 years, because it is that more of the in the no club for sure. So yeah, it stinks, but I don't think it's changing anytime soon. And Ed Harold pointed out that it is going to be on ABC and streaming, which get it off of network television. It's just never going to do the kind of numbers that it used to do, because nobody that you need to watch that show has seen any of the damn movies, so no one cares. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see the next, and that was Nathan Stowe, and then we have Paige, who said we didn't read it. Hopefully, Paige, that was the one that you were talking about. So
we're here, Paige.
We're here for you. Thank you for pointing it out. Christian Shanlate just wanted to say that I love the Top Gun guy clip audio. That was the best. Everybody's had some great moments on this show. For
we need Mike back.
I know. Well, I know he's coming back. He's coming back tomorrow to be on Capes with Winston, and he just left you in the dust.
Oh my God! So he's doing 2 this week.
He's doing 2 because I think he wants to try. He really wants to try to win this week.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, but that's why I want to see. That's why. I know. I would love for you to win today, because
Okay.
to take nothing against Roxy, but to take Mike out, who's trying to do 2 shows, would be wonderful.
It would
Especially
be so fun.
that would be great. But RQMDSMD support for Steph, Timothy Chalamet, and Barbara's acting, singing, guitar playing was amazing. Yeah, it was so solid. I love that movie so much.
It's super good.
Yeah. Johnny Bravo, why is Furiosa getting no love? It flopped at the box office and now it didn't get 1 nomination. Why do you think this is? I don't know. I think that maybe
I think it's
sometime-
the move.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, the time that these movies come out.
Yeah, I agree. Too early, right?
Too early. Like no one with Dune 2 and Furiosa, it's like it just people forgot.
Yeah. It's too bad because I think like the sound, the editing of that movie, nothing. Completely shut out for sure. It would have been nice to get some recognition for it, considering that it did not do well at the box office. So I agree. That was in my top 10.
Or I
Armada,
would have been happy if Chris Hemsworth got nominated too. I thought he did such a good job.
have you seen? There's a guy on Instagram who is my absolute favorite. I love this guy. He's this long-haired blonde like English guy, and he plays the piano. And the first one I ever saw was a picture. There's this woman, and she goes, and is a picture of Chris Hemsworth with his shirt off, and she goes, "This is the female gaze," and then the blonde-haired guy pumps him on the keyboard, and he goes, "No, that's Chris Hemsworth. Female gaze are called lesbians." It's the best, and
That's funny.
he's got all these songs that he plays through these clips. I gotta send it to you. It's so up your alley.
Yeah, send it to me.
Roxy knows him. Roxy watches him, and he's the best. If anybody knows who I'm talking about,
Yeah, what's his name?
put his link in the description, because he's got this like giggle that he does. It's like a stoner giggle. I watch anytime I'm in a bad mood. I watch his videos. He's the best. Cracks me up. The Oscar films are mostly gatekept to be accessible or in theaters the last minute right before the noms come out. It's stupid. Agreed. That's from Armada. Yeah, there's some. It's like it's more of a business than anything else too, for the clients and of the actors to get better roles and do everything else too. They're not taking away from their performances or the movies themselves, but there's something about it. Pete Parker, 2288. Would Sadie walk out during Team America? No, she is very much aware she's got to sit through the movies all the way through from start to finish while we're recording. She can't do what she does normally at home. Xanderman, I was hoping the Academy would have recognized Look Back for Best Animated Film. It was a really great, heart-wrenching coming-of-age story. I didn't know that one. Do you know that one, Steph?
No.
No, I don't know that one. Yeah, I mean, there are someone that just kind of fly under the radar for sure. Roman Fedoruk, let's get Steph that win.
Yeah.
With about a half an hour left, she needs 50 to tie. 50 to tie. So she's fighting. She's fighting. Joe Reeder, you and Clark agreed having separate actor categories was better than combining all the performances, but it made me think, what about non-binary actors? I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't know how that is a good question, like how that would work, like if Emma Darcy got nominated for Game of Thrones.
Right.
Great question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to handle it. I think if we combined everyone, then I think it would just be like everyone. So maybe that would fix the problem. So it's not, but I would want you to have like, they would need at least like 12 in each spot.
Easily, but that's just taken away. I mean, and you're really taking away.
Right.
There's no easy answer to that question.
No,
and
wait,
I'm not
Christian,
pretend
someone's at my door. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you do that, and I'll read this while you. So Scott Cross says no award, but Vader was only in 12 minutes of A New Hope, right? And what an impact he had, right? It's true, very very short. Vincent Zawada, oh, no one cares. 19.5 million watched last year. Are you saying that? I don't know if you're saying that that's a good number or a bad number. Now, I think that last year, though, actually did better last year than previous ones. But what were the ratings? What were the Oscar ratings for 2023? Let's do that. 4.38 rating. 18.8 total million, pushed the show up 13% from the previous year. So the previous year in 2022 was a 16.6 million in 2022. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't think anybody cares anymore. But Sergio C. F the Oscars. Who you got winning the Razzies? Madam Web, I would assume, is going to win a lot of Razzies. I would assume that. Christian Shanletti. 2 shows this week for Mike. Consider that overtime for him. Well, not really, because we only really got about a half an hour of him without his crappy internet on Tuesday. Pete Parker, 2288, who says, Scoot McNairy was great in Complete Unknown, having to act with no dialogue. He was really, really good. You're not wrong. That final scene with him and Dylan got me tearing up. Like, that's, like, again, nothing against the legend that is Isabella Rossellini. No doubt. But I think Scoot McNairy did more in that movie than she did in the other one, for sure. Let's see. I'm seeing if anybody else knew who that guy was. Does anybody know? No, nobody knows who he was. Hopefully somebody knows who he is. Let's see. Right now, as Steph is coming back, I don't know. We'll get her back in a second. Top Dog Rig. Denis Villeneuve not getting nominated for either Dune 1 or Dune 2, and Emilia Pérez having the same amount of nominations as Oppenheimer did, is a reason to never watch the Oscars again. Ridiculous. Again, hard for me to say how much I agree with that or not agree with that, because I have not seen Emilia Pérez. So I can't really say. But the fact that he didn't get nominated at all is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, for sure. Yeah. Oh, Vincent says that's a great number of people care. Nah. For what network television is, not a good number. You're wrong. Go and look at you're talking about streaming numbers, great streaming numbers, terrible for network TV. You are not correct, sir. So yeah, you walked in on the last. That was the last one.
Came in at the right time.
It was the last one. Yeah, but there was a few. Let's see. Vincent was being sarcastic the first time, but it didn't play. So, but no, I think he's completely wrong. That he says that it's a good number. It's not a good number for network television. It was better numbers than previous. But network television, like, look at what, like, here's an example. Right, let me show you. Let's just go with the Seinfeld, and I get it. It's the finale, but Seinfeld finale numbers back in when TV was popping. 76.3 million people watched on network television. 76 million. That network television, because I think people don't realize how different it is for, like, what the kind of money and kind of viewers you need on network television in order to be a success. And the numbers have changed dramatically of what they consider a success. Like, look at, like, let's see Abbott Elementary. Let's see what were Abbott Elementary's finale numbers. Let's see. No, that's Seinfeld that I put in there. So that's Elementary finale numbers. Okay. Let's see. It was 7 million. Not the best either, but I'd said pretty decent. I don't know. I for some reason, I just don't think they're going to wind up keeping it on ABC. And I think it's like nobody knows about these movies. I hope they take them off network TV. All right, next one. This is there's more that came in. And this is from Jared Guffey. This is what always happens with you, right? As we're about to sign off, 75 people put in more stuff because you're at 60 right now.
Okay.
Did y'all see the Warfare trailer? Excited to see. Did you see that?
No. Let me look it up.
I don't know what that is. That's it. Okay. And
okay, it has a cool cast.
Yeah, who's in it?
Kit Connor, Will Poulter, Cosmo Jarvis, Noah Centineo, Joseph Quinn.
No, I don't know.
DeFaro Wunatai.
Interesting. Okay.
Charles Melton. This is like Michael Gandolfini. They have like all the like up and coming boys.
Oh, wow. All right. Jim 1. Cat lover here. Glad that Flo got 2 nominations. Yeah, I guess so. People are.
I am a cat lover too.
So maybe you'll love it.
I know. I need to finish it. I just barely started it.
All right. Let's see. How about this one? Roman Fedorak. Any pup dates for both of you, if I may ask? I'm a dog person. Yeah, I told you guys the dude was at we took him to the vet and they said he's not fat, but he's on the borderline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any pup dates? Honey Bear is I butchered her. Like I couldn't see her eyes. She's a labradoodle, so she has crazy hair, and I love it. And Harry always threatens me that we should just shave her, and I'm like, no, that's not the point.
Nope.
But I needed to be able to see her eyes, and it's probably uncomfortable for her. But she looks like somehow what I did made her forehead grow to a 10 head, and she looks so scary.
Yeah, I want to see. You got to send pictures.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I know they said that there's a Supergirl picture that just kind of came out from James Gunn, but I think we're going to save that for tomorrow's show with Winston and
okay.
Boys. So, Steph, you still again 62 is. Oh, I'm lying. Look, they did it again. They did it again. Armada. I wouldn't doubt it if Tom Cruise is in the Odyssey. At this point, it seems like everybody's in it.
Right.
But, yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah. And then this is the last one for now. Fascia Bruta. What's your favorite omelet? Mine is Trader Joe's eggs and salami. I'll tell you, the one I had, I do like an egg white omelet with mushrooms and tomatoes and spinach and some onions with a little turkey sausage in there too. And a sprinkle of goat cheese. I know, but I like it. But today I had a regular just omelet, and it had some feta in it. It had spinach, tomatoes. It was delicious.
Okay, so you had a Greek omelet.
Yes, I had a Greek. That's exactly what I ordered. Yes.
I'm not a massive omelet gal. The omelet I do want to try is the omelet that Sid in The Bear made.
Oh, okay.
Bunny, or what's the sister? She made her this just like that classic omelet with the chives on top.
Yep.
I've never had that, but I want that.
Sounds good. Well, that was it. That was what I had. Okay. Well, for now, at 6. Nope. Just about to sign off. Just
Let's
kidding.
keep going.
They won't. This has happened to you before. Every single time I try to sign off, and the next thing you know, we declare Steph the winner. Top dog rate. Steph, thoughts about? Oh yeah, do you know this story? The stinking cute DM. Did she not tell you this?
No.
And she mentioned it on the air, so again, I can talk about it. She said that she saw this guy on Instagram or wherever it was, and she saw this guy somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but thought he was really cute, and said she never does this, but she had to do it. And the guy said to contact me. My DMs are open in Instagram, so she went to Instagram and she wrote him and she's like, and I was like, that's not. I was like, good for you. You took a shot, right? And she said, yeah, but inside of it, I said he was stinking cute, and I go, that's not the best. But then she read the way that she wrote it, and it wasn't as bad as she made it seem. She's like, I saw you, blah, 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 and I just think you're so stinking cute, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. And I was like, that's not bad. But she was totally, as the kids say, cringing.
She was cringing at her own time.
Yeah.
I can't believe she didn't tell me this. That's hysterical. What's shocking about this is I don't know if you guys know this at home, but actually she is one of the best flirters on text I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
She's super smooth.
Skills?
Yes, she is a skilled flirt texter. And that the stinking cute is not my favorite work of hers, but I'd like to see the full I'd like to see the full
You gotta hear the full thing. You gotta hear the full thing.
I'm gonna text her.
Okay, so there's Steph's thoughts on that. So a few more came in as you were telling that story. Codeman 123434. Breaking news: Robert Eggers is officially set to direct a sequel to Labyrinth. A sequel that I like. That he's not redoing it. A sequel. Are they going to use Jim Henson's Muppets and everything too? I wonder.
Well,
I'm wondering.
I've actually never seen Labyrinth.
Oh my god, that one you got to react to.
Yeah.
You got to react to that. Tell them over at Cinepals if you've ever seen that.
Okay.
Oh my god, please! I would watch that reaction.
Did you like it?
Labyrinth's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Labyrinth. Ludo, friend, Sarah. I have
to.
Yeah.
Hargle.
Should you need us? Yeah, should you need us? It's the best. Nerds engage. If not omelets, what say you, Steph? Yeah, what's your
For breakfast,
Yeah.
I do love like eggs and avocado toast.
Okay.
And I like very specifically, if I'm gonna do sweets, a Liège waffle. It's not a normal waffle, it's more like a croissant waffle, and it is a game changer.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Last one.
And oatmeal. I like oatmeal.
Oh, not the last one. I lie. So this is from Dancing Dog 60. Looking forward to Wednesday season 2 at all. I am. And I'm
Yes.
looking, and I'll probably wind up reacting to it, to be completely honest with you. My Steph had talked to me about it before, and I wanted to watch it, and then my oldest was just obsessed with it, and then I just watched it with her. I really liked the show. I thought it was pretty great.
I loved the show. I can't wait for season 2. I'm curious what they're gonna do because I know that they're having some casting reworks. So, but I love the show.
Me too. Nerds engaged. Would you ever have Jeff Schneider on again? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Jeff's I'd love to have him on to anything. He's going to break a story. He's going to talk some shop. Yeah, Jeff will be on again. They're not letting you go, Steph. They're not
Hell
letting you go.
yes.
It's
Keep
70,
it up.
71. Every time we go to sign off, it's
What
they
do I
don't let me
need
do
to
it.
get to though?
Right now, you need 106. So you need another 35.
They had 106.
Yeah, you need 35 in order to
Oh
catch
God,
them. So,
okay.
and we're at the sign off. So
I thought I needed 70, and I was like, whoa.
Oh no.
Oh,
You need another 30, 35. But this is still a hell of a fight. Top
Should I
dog
pretend my internet's glitching?
Frozen. Yeah, no, because then it means that they got me by myself, and they'll sign off. Top dog rate for stinking cute Steph. Hey Steph, what's your favorite TV show right now?
Okay. Oh, I'm catching up to Lioness.
Oh, people love that show.
Really good, but also I'm watching. Just finished Silo, watching Severance.
Yeah, Severance.
But Severance. Yeah,
I
probably.
would say the current show on TV right now, Severance. I just watched episode 1, and Apple's doing it right. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for Friday for episode 2. They didn't dump it all in one shot, and I can actually watch it. So I'm pumped about it. So that is my favorite show on TV that's currently airing right now.
Yeah.
Although I do like The Agency a lot too.
Okay.
That's Michael Fassbender.
Oh, I should check that out. I love
check it
Michael
out.
Fassbender.
Yeah. Nerds engaged. What is the meaning of life? I go through different stages and different answers to that all the time. I'm telling you, I think dreams have so much more to do with quantum physics and other things that are just, I don't know. I've been reading a lot about this kind of shit too. So I feel like consciousness and other things there's a lot more to it. So we'll see if we'll get the answer while we're still here, but who knows? Dancing Dog 60. Do you think the Warriors will ever be remade? They've talked about it. Dig at the old 80s movie stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they've talked about it before. The Warriors. It was a product of its time for the 80s. They would redo it, but I think they could do it, and I think that I'm surprised that they haven't, like an Amazon Prime movie or something.
Yeah.
Stephanie Litz. We just bought a Labyrinth pinball machine. That's great.
That's cool.
I'm coming over. Nerds engaged. Dogs or cats? Dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah. Mr. ND Fanatic. Me, myself, and Irene. Thoughts on the movie? Forgotten. Remember thinking it at the time, going, that's fine.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. RQMD SMD. Support for Steph to keep it going.
Thank you.
Nerds engaged. Dream director actor pairing. Oh man. I have to think on that one, but I'd probably say we did Nolan and DiCaprio already. I'd probably did Nolan and Tom Hardy. I'm trying to think if there's I'd like to see, and not just because I'd like to actually, and now I can't even mention her without people going, of course. But I'd like to see Julia Roberts with Nolan. They've never worked together. She's working with Luca this year.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm trying to think. Has Jenna Ortega done Nolan?
I don't think so.
Worked with Nolan yet? That'd be fun.
That'd be a good one. Someone said Tarantino and Denzel. I love that one.
Maybe Anya Taylor-Joy and the what's Coraline who did The
that's good.
Substance. I feel like they could make a crazy movie.
That would be good. Julius Wyatt, biggest Oscar disappointment, no challengers for score. Yeah, I think
That's a big snub.
yeah, somebody brought that in, and I said, oh yeah, that's that is a good one. Man, they're not letting it now. They're coming to play for you stuff. They're trying to get you to push you over the limit now. But it's top dog rig. Will the MCU ever reach Infinity War level of hype again? Is it too far down Fart Street? Not right now, but ever is such a hard thing to say because what happens in 10 years when they really start building up the X-Men more, So I think it's still possible. I think it is still possible for sure. No, I don't think. I think there's just even if they get to these two Avengers movies and they're great, I don't think there's like rewatching these movies for me and Sam watching them for the first time and watching her. There's just such a different kind of magic to it,
Yeah. I don't know. I hope so, but I think that's a good point with the X-Men. I feel like the X-Men could really revitalize them in a different direction. So I hope so. It was just such an era. I mean, it was 20 years basically, right? Or
yeah. Oh, not 20. Well, close. The 2009, I think, or is it 2008 or 2009? I always forget. Iron Man 1 was, I think, 2008. Let me see. Iron Man 1. I always forget this release date. People are going to tell me, but I think it was 2008. Yeah, 2008. So not just
a
not
long
20 years
time.
ago. A long time ago. Yeah. So
they were just the thing for a long time. So I mean, yeah, I hope they will.
Mike Joyce, what's the most awkward movie you watched with your parents? My mom does not admit to this, but she took me to my first rated R movie when I was like 9, and because my mom, if you know my mom, like this is like she didn't do it. She's wouldn't even let me watch like Three's Company when I was younger, right? So she took me to see Beverly Hills Cop. I don't think she knew it was, and we stayed the whole time. And she said, I never took you to see that. I was like, you did, because it was my first rated R movie that I ever saw. So I'd say that one.
Maybe I know my aunts and my mom took all the cut their daughters to see Sex in the City.
Oh.
And it wasn't like, I just remember being like, oh, this is like a first that we're engaging in these types of this type of content.
Sure. So Samantha doing her thing.
Yeah.
Mearsum, Serenity, Moon, Support for Steph. I started watching Abbott Elementary. Do you watch
so
that?
Good. Yes. Good? So good.
It's
just fun. Put it on 30 minutes.
Lords and Hammers. In the vein of Severance, have you guys ever watched Homecoming with Julia Roberts? I need to go back and watch that because that was one of the ones that we started, my wife and I, and we watched it because we're like, oh, Julia Roberts got a new thing, let's check it out, and she didn't dig it, so we never went back to it. But that was one. So I'm glad you brought it up to me because I was trying to think, I was like, what the hell was that show that she was in that I never finished? So that was it. So I'll probably go back and check that out. Homecoming. So I haven't seen it. Did you ever see it?
No.
But if the fact that you're saying it's in the vein of Severance makes me more excited to see it.
Yeah.
Christian Chanlati would love to see Adam Driver in a Nolan film. I think that'll happen. I think eventually that'll happen. Yeah. RQM DSMD support for Steph.
Thanks.
Yep. And then Top Dog Radar. Steph, are you playing Marvel Rivals?
No, I'm not. How is it?
People,
every
time Winston's on, they ask him about it. So I think
okay. Cool.
Steph, they got you are 21 away from tying, 22 away from winning.
Okay, but you guys would need to send
you got 7 minutes. Dancing Dog 60. Think Batman will be mentioned in Superman? I think Gotham will be mentioned. I think Gotham will be mentioned. Do you?
Yes, I don't know about Batman because I don't know if they had it figured out yet. So I don't think, maybe like the most generic reference, but I don't think so. But Gotham, yeah.
Gotham, I think, will definitely be announced. Dancing Dogs follows up. Did you both have MySpace pages back in the day? Yes.
Hell yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the Twitter, that was Facebook, that was the thing. And I remember and you had like the top friends and all that stuff too.
The top 8 was so killer.
Yeah.
I was in middle school, maybe just starting middle school in the top 8. So can you imagine middle school girls with top 8?
Oh my God. I can no. Yes and no. And yes, I can, and no, I don't want to because I have a kid in middle school right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, be happy it doesn't exist anymore. Though I wish MySpace was back. It was such a simpler time.
It was simpler. Top dog, Rig. Or I would say Rig, but it's girl, LG. Josh Hartnett as Thick Boy DCU Batman. Thoughts? I like the idea of Josh Hartnett as Batman, although I've been taken on the other side here with Brendan Sklenar as Batman. Now, he's my number one pick, but I wouldn't be upset with Josh Hartnett.
Okay. I don't have like a true opinion on this one right now.
No, okay. So I just talked about this earlier. Space Jesus, thoughts on Flight Risk. I want to check it out. I want to see if it's any good. Steph said she doesn't have interest in seeing it.
The flight movies aren't my. I don't feel so called to them.
Wahlberg's got some hairline in that though. Top dog RLG. Steph, I think that you would love Marvel Rivals. What games are you playing right now?
I'm actually not playing anything right now. We changed up our offices, so we kept switching between this like Alien PC, that Alienware, which is what we play the games on, and then he got the Mac Mini, which we didn't end up liking that as much. So yeah, we're gonna. I'll try this though, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. People have been talking about that for sure. All right, you're at 90. You're at 90.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, 90. This is the second time you've done this. If you went winning this, the second time you've done this where we were like ready to sign off, and it's like they just kept you going. Pete Parker, 2288. Will we get Angry Mike tomorrow? Potentially. I'll tell you, there's two ways you can get Angry Mike.
Yeah.
One, if he decides that he's going to use the same computer that he did because it looks better, which it did, and if it starts to fart out again, that's part one. Part two, if Steph actually wins and he loses tomorrow also, you'll get Angry Mike, I think.
Yeah.
Which would be amazing if he comes in on that Friday show because he thinks he's going to win.
Hot and heavy.
I'm telling you,
set yourself up for success.
Yes. So
and
Steph,
let me win.
It's like people now. All you need to do in order to see Mike really lose it, if they can't get is Steph now is 14 away, I guess, from tying, right? Because 106 is what I said. 106 is what they had. I'm gonna double confirm that. 106 is what they had yesterday. I want to make sure that I don't set you up for failure here.
Okay.
I have it somewhere. It's 106. So, and right now you're not too far away. The fact that you came back and did what you did here was pretty damn impressive. Okay. Dancing Dog 60. Thoughts on the new Predator sequel? I like what Trachtenberg did for Prey. You liked Prey, right?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, you would love Prey.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's one of those ones that I know I'm gonna like. I just haven't seen.
Yeah, that's such your type of movie. Back for more support. And then Top Dog is saying, let's go, Steph. Mirjam putting in a super sticker just for you. Jenny Lynn, smell bad. It's from Labyrinth. It's the best. The Bog of Eternal Stench. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that movie. It's the best. Sir Didymus. You need to watch that movie. I wish
Labyrinth is what I need to watch. Like the fact that it's Bowie in a fantasy, it everything about it is.
Steph, you remind me of the Babe.
Really?
See, that's how I know you've never seen Labyrinth.
The Babe's bad. Damn it.
No. It's when I will ask you that again, and then after you've seen it, and you know how you'll respond to me? You'll No, you'll say, what Babe? And I'll say, the Babe with the power. You'll say, what power? Power of the voodoo. Hoodoo. You do. Do what? Remind me of the Babe.
Oh, God.
There's a lot going on. Jennifer Connelly. It's really
good. I have
good.
no idea what you're talking about, and I'm so into it.
Yep. Dancing Dog 60. A stunt category is needed at the Oscars. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
That'd be cool. I would love that.
Yeah. Top Dog says we can do it.
We can do it.
103, my friend. 103.
Let's go.
You're not too far away. Roger Paulson. Top Dog suck at Roque. He's not even in the fight this week.
That's hysterical.
Not even in the fight. Trey Porter coming in hot. Thoughts on DiCaprio and Scorsese doing Devil in the White City. Also, I'm excited for the new Trey Parker movie with Kendrick Lamar releasing on July 4th. I am also excited for that one. I don't know enough about it, but them doing that, anytime you get Scorsese and DiCaprio teaming up together, I'm on board. So yeah, I'm on board. I love that they work together. How about you, Steph?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna always see a Scorsese movie and DiCaprio as well. So when you pair them together, it's like, okay.
RQM DSMD support for Steph. Top dog, favorite Harry Potter movie and why? Azkaban. And it is just brilliantly directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I love the addition of what they did with Gary Oldman. It just it shifted the tone of the Harry Potter movies in general. So that one for me.
I go back and forth all the time on Prisoner of Azkaban and Half-Blood Prince. Those two are my favorite, but I think the first one's the most like just feel good rewatchable. But I think the third and the sixth are the best.
Wow, those are good ones. Dancing Dog 60. Think Tom Cruise will ever win an Oscar? Maybe. Depends on if he's got it. Once he shifts out of Mission Impossible and as he gets into his golden years, I think that he's going to start doing different stuff. So I think it's very possible. Mm-hmm. Top dog. Is it worth seeing? It's worth it to see how angry Mike will get. It will be for sure.
Yeah.
Roman Fedora, come on, Steph. We got you.
Hey, thank you.
Steph has done this once before where we were ready to sign off and she wound up winning. Ryan S. Watching Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase, Demi Moore, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd. Such a crazy movie, but a guilty pleasure. Thoughts? It's like that movie. I just remember that they gave this poor kid the nickname NBT because he looked like Dan Aykroyd as the judge in that thing. But like the movie itself, I remember not being that good, and I wanted it to be better. Did you? There's no way you've seen that movie.
No,
way before your time. Mirjam, support for Steph. Dancing Dog, last horror movie that gave you nightmares. I don't really get nightmares from movies, but the last one I always talk about that freaked me out was Paranormal Activity 3. I parked in this garage that I lived in, and I ran out of my damn house into the house because I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Terrifier.
Terrifier. Yeah. Top dog, suck it, Mike. Better. Paige throwing in a super sticker. Some support for Steph.
Thank
Pete
you.
Parker, Cruz should have an Oscar for Magnolia. Probably right. I think that's probably right. Have you seen Magnolia, Steph?
No.
Oh, you need to. Arun, Anaj, support for Steph.
Thank you.
Port Cal, I had $2. Well, thank you so much. And then Top Talk. In my opinion, Harry Potter series is going to blow. Thoughts? I don't know. I got to see how they're going to adapt it. I want to see all the stuff that they're going to do. I want to see how they're going to put it together. So no, I don't think it's necessarily going to blow. I want to see how much detail. There's certain things that I remember them missing from the first two.
Yeah, it's a Max series, so it's going to be at least decent to me. I think there's so. And the source material is unbelievably rich. So it would suck if it sucks, but it could happen.
Dancing Dog 60. Have you seen The Guest with Dan Stevens? Yes, and Brendan Meyer, former Schmodown competitor, is in that. That's the one you like too, Steph. There's a lot of damn it. I do wish that I was back in LA to get you.
I know.
Doing all these reactions and there's so many of these movies I'd like you to see. All right, this is the last one for now, Steph.
Okay.
Top dog rig. Steph, any tips for fishing turds out of the toilet that won't flush? Any tips?
Yes. Yeah, you need a plastic bag.
Yeah.
So that you can get in and out without touching anything.
Well, there you go.
That's the best case scenario.
Oh, and then Top Dog Rig throwing in another one there. All right, Steph. All right, we've reached the end of the show, and there we go. There's another one. Johnny Bravo. How did you and Steph become friends? I would assume through Roxy, right? Yeah, because like you came into Collider once before. I don't know if you were ever on the show, but
I was on the show, I think, not when you had left, but when you were not there, or something like that.
Okay.
And she was hosting when you were gone for something.
Yeah, maybe so. But and then I remember when I was going to start a Star Wars show, and I reached out, you weren't available at one thing, and then when I was starting Sith Council, you were available, and then we just started, and then you that's kind of I
That's
think
kind
so.
of
And then,
yeah.
Then I got you involved with Schmodown and other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we get to win this time, Rambo? Thank you, Dancing Dogs. All right, so let me call it at now, so that we got to cut it off now. Thank you for being here, and Steph, we have hit the end, and unfortunately for Mike and Roxy, you have won with 120.
Wow. Let's go.
We were calling you out again, tapping you out when we were signing off, and you hit 120. So
winners don't tap out.
You did not, and you didn't bitch about it in that thing. So Mike and Winston are going at it. Are going to try to dethrone Steph, and if Steph wins, I'm going to tell that stupid text chat to shut the hell up. All right, so
Let's
one more.
go.
Top Dog actually put you at 121. So now that's 121.
Go. I love you. You
That's
at
it.
home. You're my people.
There, you did it. So now Steph has taken she's in the winner's circle right now. She's got a shot to take out Mike and Winston tomorrow. So we'll see you here tomorrow. Thank you, Steph. Steph, where can they find you?
At Steph Sabra and the World Girls. And in my dreams, because I love you so much.
You got one more. You got thoughts on behind the scenes of the Supergirl photo. I'm going to put that, let's see, too early to tell, but getting outer space vibes. So we're actually going to cover that on tomorrow's show, because Luke sent that to me as we were talking. And I said, let's save that for the main story for tomorrow, because I haven't looked at it yet. And we're going to, and Steph's got to go. And you guys have just been so great supporting it. So 122. Unbelievable. It's his second comeback victory for Steph. This was huge. And you guys are great. Thank you so much. We got so much going on in the channel right now. As I mentioned, Civil War reactions coming out tomorrow. Most likely, Doctor Strange will come out on Saturday. If I am able to, Steph, I am going to today try to react to Squid Game Season 1, Episode 1 tonight and get it out on Sunday. That's my goal. And if people watch it, well, then I'll do the whole season. If nobody watches it, then I'm not going to do it. But either way, thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting Steph. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting the show in general. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow with Mike and Winston. Bye-bye.